The Cassin Ridge is on Denali, which is the highest peak in North America, and it's 6,200 metres high. And the Cassin Ridge is on the south face. It's a beautiful line. It's got some steep and mixed ground. It's got a really nice knife edge ridge called the Cowboy Ret, and it's at incredibly high altitude. It's a very committing route, and it's the sort of route that you don't want to get lost on. Michelle, one of my best friends, is based in Seattle, and it's been a dream route for her ever since she was younger. And she called me up and said, how do you fancy taking a trip to Denali?
Ooh, gummy bears!
Good find.
We'd already done some climbing together in Chamonix and in the Dolomites, but this was our first really big alpine route together. When we landed on the glacier, we decided that we should probably do a snow and ice mixed route together before we jumped on the big committing Cassin Ridge. So we did a route called Bacon and Eggs on the Mini-Mini-Moonflower.
So just about to go up the Mini-Mini-Moonflower and eat bacon and eggs. Thought we'd get a nice warm up, ready for the Cassin. How's the next pitch look?
Pretty cool.
Oh. Extreme dinner plating! Summit of Mini-Mini-Moonflower. Can't really see much though.
Yeah, some weather's come in a little bit.
There's the top, the cornice, and where we came from.
In Chamonix, it's very much like do it in a day for me, always in one push. So being on a glacier for that long was quite a new experience. But we didn't actually spend that long in base camp because when we arrived, it was the perfect weather window. We just need to take it and crack on with the route.
Here we are, morning of leaving our base camp, and we're going to start our little journey up to the Cassin. We have our nice big tent and a massive cook tent, and it's been quite comfortable living. And now we're trying to squeeze everything into our bags for the route, which is pretty challenging.
Going down the Seattle ramp.
Found ourselves a nice little camp spot below the route, the Japanese Kawa. With all of our gear laid out here, ready for the morning. Little hole filled with stove and lots of tasty chocolates and treats.
Yes, Faye brought about 40 chocolate bars.
We went up to the Japanese Kawa, which is the first section of the route. Now, the Japanese Kawa is about 300 metres long of ice and mixed climbing. Really tiring because it was hard ice, so our crampons just kind of felt like they were bouncing off the ice.
Ice looks less rotten now.
Looks great, yeah.
It's a bit disgusting down there. It's just made it to the top of the Japanese Kawa, and it's beautiful blue sky and really amazing views up here. But still have some way to go, and it's getting pretty tiring.
We battled through, we got past the crux, which was a little bit of a concern for us with the difficult conditions. We'd planned to head on through the Cowboy Arête, which is like this knife-edge ridge. We got there and realised it had been really hot all day and the snow was really mushy. So we decided to set up camp on this very thin, rocky ledge. As we were setting up camp, unfortunately, we lost one of the tent poles. So at that point, the question was, do we turn around? We've done the crux of the route and we're at the top here and we feel like, okay, 2 or 3 more days and we could be at the summit.
So we accidentally dropped one of the tent poles down the mountain. So our tent's looking a little bit skew-with. It's gonna be, oh, it looks all right for the night though. Hopefully, just need no wind on the edge of the cliff.
So we had a discussion and decided that because we had our warm sleeping bags and we'd also bought a lot of extra gas, a lot of extra food, we felt like we could continue even just with the one tent pole. We were really thankful the next day that we'd waited for the snow on the Cowboy Arête to harden up, because it would have been so sketchy if we'd gone that evening. We reached the hanging glacier. We could see like the clouds coming over. Then it just snowed non-stop for pretty much the next 24 hours.
So currently no visibility, and it's snowing. So I hope the forecast is correct and the storm isn't coming in much sooner than it's suggested.
We felt quite alone at this point. We had to continue with our tent with no tent pole. We started to make really slow progress. So our schedule, where we thought we would be doing the route in 3 days, quickly we realised that it was going to be taking us longer.
This was our exposed bivvy spot for the night. Snowstorm came in, made us all wet and cold, so we had to stop here. So weather has got worse and worse. Feels like climbing in Scotland with just like no visibility, snowing a lot. All the tracks are covered, having to like clean all of the cracks. You can see the snow on my rucksack already. That's within just a couple of minutes. So much spin drift coming down. It's just, yeah. Yeah. Weather just seems to be getting worse and worse. I'm having to do clearing as well as Michelle, and I'm going second. Guys, we see blue sky ahead. Yay. Finally, but Michelle still has to do some snow clearing. This picture looks really nice. It's the final picture of the technical climbing on the rock band.
We'd got through all of the hard ground and the clouds were slowly moving into the distance and we could see the sun poking out. Then it felt like things would start to change.
Morning of the 4th day en route. We had a really late night last night, climbed until about 12 a.m.
Pretty exhausting.
Found this great bivvy spot. Well, we didn't find it, we had to dig it out, which if you can see.
Really nice and protected from the wind though, luckily, with our one tent pole.
We slept until 11 a.m. It's 12 now and the views are pretty incredible. 17,600 feet.
Now to the summit.
Onward to the summit.
For a moment, we just had some time to enjoy where we were, not be scared, and be happy that we had made it through all the difficulties. Although the rest of the route was easier terrain and less technical, it was at high altitude. Everything was so slow and breathing was so hard that everything just took 10 times as long.
Alone on the summit. Woo! We made it. Top of North America.
When we got to the summit, we were feeling quite sick, and the altitude had definitely started to impact me at that point. All I could think about was getting down. And then when I got down, then we were pretty happy with what we'd done.